Hey guys, so I wanted to make a video from lesson 6 that goes over quadratics in standard form, and I picked question number 4 where you're asked to first rewrite the quadratic function in vertex form by completing the square, and then you complete parts A through G, so it's just some series of questions about it. So we're going to go through that. So in this case, we have f of x equals 9x squared minus 26x minus 3. So the first thing that you need to do is get it in vertex form, and you do that by factoring out the 9, and this is going to create some fractions. So the x squared term is pretty easy because you just factor out the 9. Well, the 25 or 26x term is going to be a little bit trickier, but really it's just a matter of making your denominator the same as the factor that you pull out, because then if you were to multiply 9 into negative 26, you would get a value that then is divisible by 9, and you'd get back to negative 26. So it's just a matter of making your denominator the same as the factor that you pull out. So we'll just put that over 9. We're going to leave a little space here because this is where we're going to complete our square. And then we'll put minus 3 on the outside. So to complete the square, you take your x term, so this negative 26 over 9, the b value, negative 26 over 9. You'll divide it by 2, which is the same thing as 2 over 1. And it's just a matter of flipping your denominator fraction and multiplying straight across. So that just turns into negative 26 over 9 times 1/2 and multiply straight across. So you end up with negative 26 over 18. So now we can actually reduce that down to negative 13 over 9. And we're going to square that. That's the process of completing the square. So we end up with 169 over 81. So now we put that in here. So that's our completed square term. So 169 over 81. And now, in order to get it on the outside as well, you have to remember to multiply in this 9 into the 169. And so you end up with, after you take 9, multiply it into 169, and then reduce your factor, or your fraction, we end up with, oh, hold on, I don't want that. We end up with 169 over 9. And you want to make sure you're subtracting it on the outside, not adding it on the outside. So 169 over 9. So now we have, this is our completed square term. We now need to combine like terms on the outside. So we're going to take negative 3, subtract 169 over 9. Which is just a matter of putting this 3 over 9. So we end up with negative 27 over 9 because you have to have a common denominator. Minus 169 over 9. So we end up with negative 196 over 9. So now we have f of x equals 9 times x squared minus 26 over 9x plus 169 over 81 minus 196 over 9. Okay, so now it's a matter of factoring this whole section. So the x squared minus 26 over 9x plus 169 over 81. So it's just a matter of factoring that. And really you can see that the numerator, what they share in common is 13. So this negative 26 is 13 times 2. And this 169 is the square root of 13. And the denominator shares a 9 term. So this is 9, and then this is the square root of 81. And so pretty simply, it's just a matter of factoring it using 13 and 9. So this just turns into x minus 13 over 9 squared minus 196 over 9. And now we have it in standard form, or in vertex form. So that's how we got this answer. So now it asks you a series of questions about the problem. So what are the coordinates of the vertex? Well, the standard equation is f of x equals a times x minus h squared plus k. The vertex is h and k, so vertex is, oh my goodness, sorry. Doing this with my mouse, so it's not the best handwriting. So h and k, and so we know that we have x minus h, well this is x minus 13 over 9, so h is 13 over 9. And then plus k, but ours is minus 196 over 9, so our k is minus 196 over 9. And that is how we got our vertex. So does the graph open up or open down? So really, that is just a matter of evaluating your a value. So if a is greater than 0, then it opens up. If it's less than 0, then it opens down. So because we don't have a negative in front of our a, then it opens up. And so that's how we got that it opens up. And then what is the equation of the axis of symmetry? Well, the axis of symmetry is just x equals h. That's the equation of the axis of symmetry. So therefore, in our case, it's just x equals 13 over 9. And that's how we got that answer. So now it asks you to find the intercepts. So to find the x-intercept, it's just a matter of plugging in 0 for f of x and solving for x. So we're just going to take our equation, set it equal to 0, and solve for x. So we have 0 equals 9 times x minus 13 over 9 squared minus 196 over 9. So we add 196 over 9. Oh, I don't know why this is so glitchy. Okay, so then we're left with 196 over 9 equals 9 times x minus 13 over 9 squared. So now we divide everything by 9, which again is just the same thing as 9 over 1, and you just take that bottom fraction and you flip it to multiply straight across. So I'm going to kind of skip that part because we're running out of space a little bit, but we basically just end up with, let me look at my notes really quick. Let's see. Oh, my notes got a little confusing. Hold on, let me pause this. Okay, so hopefully you got all that. We ended up with, we're trying to solve for our x-intercepts. So we have 0 equals 9 times, this is so glitchy, 13 over 9 squared minus 196 over 9. So then adding 196 over 9 to both sides. Okay, and then you divide by 9 on both sides. So taking this to the side, we end up with 196 over 9 times 1 over 9. That's how you multiply. That's how you divide fractions, basically. So you end up with 196 over 81. And now we're going to take the square. So here we have 196 over 81 equals x minus 13. Sorry, this is super glitchy for some reason. 13 squared. So then we take the square root of both sides. And remember, when you take the square root of both sides, you're going to get a positive and a negative value. And so the square root of 196 is 14, and the square root of 81 is 9. So we end up with plus or minus 14 over 9 equals x minus, oh my goodness, 13 over 9. And then you just add 13 over 9 to both sides. So you get 13 over 9 plus or minus 14 over 9. Equals x. So therefore, our x-intercepts are at x equals 3, because that's 13 over 9 plus 14 over 9 is 27 over 9, which turns into 3. And negative 1/9, because that's 13 over 9 minus 14 over 9. So those are our x-intercepts. Now for the y-intercept. So the y-intercept is just a matter of plugging in 0 for x and solving for y. So for that, we would just do, go back to our original equation of f of x equals 9 times x minus 13 over 9 squared minus 196 over 9 . And we just plug in 0 for x. So this is so glitchy, so hard to do. Minus 13 over 9 squared minus 196 over 9. So this just equals 9 times negative 13 over 9 squared minus 196 over 9 which equals 9 times 169 over 81 minus 196 over 9 . And then you multiply the 9 into the 169 to get 1,521 over 81 minus 196 over 9. So now it's just a matter of simplifying. So